We told them just send hundreds of planes over, hit them from behind, make them turn around. I said, what's it? They don't have no what's the names back there. Like 100 miles back. Send paratroopers, train them for 2 weeks and send them all you got to do is get them out for one jump. But imagine you send thousands of planes over there, or hundreds, time after time. Iraq is here, Iran is there. So the border, and you keep sending, you're fighting him not from the front, but from behind. The other thing, over 65, 70% of your troops are Shias. And what they were doing was they had a line here with the kind of guards they have, mostly the Sunnis in those days. Their job was to shoot Shias that tried to surrender. That's what they did. You get to read it there. And they would, when I'd go and visit, I got pictures they had over 51,000 men surrender. Shias in Iraq surrendered to Iranian Shias almost right away. Because they're all there together. They do the same thing. The border, like right now, they have people going to Najaf and Karbala. Most of the people are from Iran. What's the difference between an Iraqi Shia and an Iranian Shia? They're all Shias. And they have different little margins here and there, but they do the same thing. And on the side of this border, you can't tell whether the Arabic that is speaking is from Iraq or from Iran. Because they're right at the Shat al-Arab, right? It's right over there. The accent are the same. How you going to use them, all of that stuff that you got now? Not only Hezbollah, that has a whole different flavor and look. You can look at a Shia from Lebanon, and you could tell they're almost white, right? Hafiz Assad, Bashir Assad looks like a European, right? Big, tall European. Because they're from Syria. Syrians look like that. Some Palestinians look like that. Because remember, the white man was in Palestine for a long time, way back when. But anyway, when you're in a big war, you have to use all the things that you have at your disposal. So, why let the people of Yemen starve to death, die of all these diseases? So we have to have medical ships. All they do is park out there in the ocean, right? And them speedboats come and they pick up. It's blockade running. It's blockade running like we did during Prohibition up in the Great Lakes, right? Stuff like that. They didn't let nobody buy whiskey here. So the Great Lakes, man, you're talking about Canada is right over there, and they sell all the whiskey they can sell, right? And the Great Lakes is all around there, and all you got to do, imagine them in those days, in the 20s. Man, they had so much Canadian whiskey and stuff over here, it was a shame. That's why Al Capone got big so much. Not only beer, but he was at Chicago, you could run right over to Canada. They had boats loaded down with Canadian whiskey. Not old rot gut whiskey like in moonshine. Real distilled Irish whiskey that everybody liked. Remember in those days, everybody drank. There's a book called The Alcoholic Republic. When you would go to court, like in the West, sometime the judge would take a hit of whiskey, the defendant, like right now, if you were the defendant in court and you said, let me have a shot, say, you can't do that. That's against the rules. Not in them days. The defense, the prosecution, the judge, everybody passed the bottle around. That was standard procedure in America. And, well, not back east, they kind of. But out here, no, out there. Man alive. But anyway, let's get back to this blockade running. This is a beautiful time. So this is what we suggest. Everybody just listen very carefully. This blockade running time. It's blockade running time and everybody's with you. Everybody is happy about what happened in Lebanon. Everybody was happy with what happened in Venezuela. And now it's time to adopt that type of warfare. That's a nonviolent type of warfare. Blockade running. And you're just running blockades. And everything you're doing is inexpensive. And when you get back home and you get a chance to look at where Yemen is, they got the Red Sea over here, the Gulf of Aden here, and all of that is so much space, so many places to hide. So all you got to do is out there in the ocean and in the Red Sea, hitting them from all kind of ways, and put out information that we need medical supplies for Yemen. So if Indonesia want to send a shipload, right, of medicine and toiletries and other supplies to Yemen, but they can't do it, the airports is closed as of soon as you can, blockade run. So that's what I mean about studying warfare. Our brothers are very good at what Iran and took up on missiles. They done took a day in a row. But this is all they're missing. Is blockade running. They got everything now. They just hadn't thought of it, sitting there not thinking about it. Right? And they got, since they believe in the concept of these speedboats, hey man, they could send them around on other big boats from Bandar Abbas or just roll around there. But they got, you can unload the motherships and this could be a 24-hour thing. And you got thousands of spots. Some of the spots is within territory you control. Nobody can do anything about it. Do you know how many patrol boats it would take to patrol? When you get time, look at Yemen on the map. Here it is down there, all the way across, then up, and this is the Gulf, the Red Sea here, right? You look at it. Can't nobody, the only reason they haven't done it because they never thought about it. And it's easy. And the little children are dying. This is a chance to, and who won't help? Everybody will help. It's just like you don't hear people hollering about all these boycotts and sanctions against Iran. That stuff is wearing out. The U.S. and the Israelis, they done messed up so much, they can't do nothing to nobody. Their hands is tied. Right? Their hands is tied. Right? And in this case, this is perfect. Simple blockade running. Many people got rich through blockade running, but this is blockade running sadaqah. The Muslims have a chance to do this for Yemen and Syria. Yemen and Syria. Pretty soon we'll have to start the different things. First we're just going to do the blockade thing, and that that gives you an idea of where, but just try to develop that thought. There's too many ways to do it. But we have to do it in a hurry because every day some new children die, right? Even if you just have to take fresh water to them, 2-3 boatloads of fresh water would help. You see what I mean? Because they didn't destroy it, not only in Yemen, but Iraq. They didn't destroy the infrastructure for purification of water. It's sludge, it's slop. What they've done to that part of the world is unbelievable. But there's a good opportunity. Here's the opportunity. You look at Iran, I wish you'd look at them buildings in Iran and look at the buildings, how they're improving. The medicine, the technique, Iran is into the latter part of the 20th century, no, the earlier part of the 21st century with technology. Remember the amount of Iranian students that was here. Iranians got a lot of things going for them. Number one, they were smart as any of the people here. Maybe them and the Chinese was running neck and neck. Iranian students. They were smart, A students. And most of them went back home. Some still come different places. So their universities in Iran are top of the line. A lot of things, and 60% in the university people are who? Anybody got an idea? Women, that's right. They talk about the girls are oppressed. Maybe they are in Afghanistan, but in Iran, it's going to be hard for a brother because a brother, he wants to have kind of a little bit of education in his wife. Hopefully that ain't the case. And it haven't been the case. This has been going on for decades. So all the stuff they have say bad about Iran is bullcrap. And anything that is going on is because of a corrupt minority, a minority of thieves and criminals, and a few short-sighted people. But, so we can fit it all here's what we have to do. For the relief, because this is for them, it's regional war. Let's call it regional war number one. Now not their war with Iran and Iraq. That was a national war, but that's it. Let's call this regional war number one. Because however it goes, whenever it's over, if you look at Arabia, you look at how much room Yemen takes up. Yemen used to be Sunnis and Shias, and it still is. But all the programs that I went into in Iran, everybody was there, was either Shias or in transition. Because the Zaydis in Yemen believe in Shaykhain, the two sheikhs, Abu Bakr and Umar. And when they call the adhan, they say like the Shia say, Hayya al khair al amal. Okay. So they're kind of like Sunnis, but they're Shias. The number has shifted, the wholesale number. And I've watched this shift going on. So this regional war number one, right now, it might as well technically be over because you have on that side of the Gulf, over there you have all of Yemen. And however that war ends, looks like it's going to win for the home team. But not only do we want them to win, but now we want to relieve. And we want the whole world to get in it. This is a time like they collect sadaqah and this and that for other people. Let them collect sadaqah for Yemen. The reason they don't is because these bums in Saudi Arabia is the ones back in the war, right? So we want to get other people opportunity, right? And this zakah, this sadaqah, is earmarked. And this is things we want to start right now. Actually today, as soon as we walk out of there, I ought to be getting busy. But what I mean, before